Hello, everyone. I hope everyone's doing fine. Hope you had a nice weekend, a nice week start. Markets were kind of slow today. Bitcoin pumped a little bit, but no major thing until now. So today we're going to take a look at Bitcoin and gold to see what the week can bring us, as well as the fundamentals. Not quite sure. So Tuesday, we have core retail sales. We have bank holiday on Wednesday. Okay, that's interesting. We can expect some slowdown there, especially on legacy markets. Thursday, unemployment claims. On Friday, flash manufacturing PMI. All right, so possibly the market's going to be a bit volatile tomorrow with retail sales. After that, we might have a slowdown on Wednesday with bank holiday. It's normal. It's a normal pattern. And starting from Thursday is going to be a bit interesting with unemployment claims, which is a major economic data for the Fed. So it's going to be an interesting week on the fundamental side of things. We don't have too much last week. The forecast for unemployment claims remains at 235K, with the previous being 242K. That means we are expecting a slowdown on unemployment claims. Anything uh, less than the forecast is good for the US dollar, for DXY, which can bring some bearishness to risk on assets, especially US stock indices, which are correlated with Bitcoin. And anything above that is going to be positive for risk and assets. All right. So let's take a look at the charts mainly. If you guys have any questions, please just let me know. Okay. Let me know in the chats so we can answer it during the stream. All right. So let's take a look at Bitcoin right now. Let's start with the weekly chart first. Okay, let's go to the weekly chart on Bitcoin. The weekly chart remains bullish, right? This was the previous higher high. This was the previous higher low. Okay, so this means that as long Bitcoins remains above this line with no two closures below this level over here, Bitcoin remains bullish on the long term. Okay, that is extremely important to notice here. Even though if we basically decline more from here after several times rejecting the previous high here with several failed actions, this actually gives place for a decline and test the previous higher low level. But as long as we remains level, then we remain bullish for the macro. Okay, let's take a look at the low volume nodes that we have here. Okay, and the first low volume node we have extreme of the low volume of the high volume node of this range formation is basically these two candle formations here with candle closures. We have the low of this range being at this liquidity gap over here. Okay, and we also have range mid here with this liquidity gap. It's really small, but it's holding price at the moment, so we need to take that into consideration, as well as this liquidity gap over here. And those are going to be basically, well, we can draw this one as well. Okay, yeah, this one. Sorry. Okay, so I'm going to move these levels into the daily chart. Okay, these are weekly levels. Okay, now we're heading into the daily chart. Remember, guys, that the weekly chart is bullish. Okay, so I'm going to leave a note here. Weekly bias is bullish, remains bullish. So you're dotting about the long term picture. Just look at the weekly chart and you remain calm. All right. We have the daily chart. Okay, the daily chart. Let me see. So the daily chart previous higher highs. This one over here. Okay, and the higher low, this one. Okay, so as long as we remain inside this range, we are bullish. We had this failed action over here. Okay, unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, but basically, we had we didn't had two candle closures below the previous higher low because the second candle recovered that level and then continued to the upside to test range highs. Nevertheless, it's important to mention that this is a very nice level for Bitcoin to bounce. Okay, why is that? Because I have been mentioned several times that there's a lot of liquidity on this untaken highs. All right, there's a lot of liquidity on these untaken highs, and I don't see a top build yet. Basically, because this liquidity hasn't been taken yet. We do not have a blow off top. Okay, it's extremely important to have a blow off top to set the tone for a top formation, but we haven't had it yet. And the consolidation that remains on a bullish market structure is telling us something. Okay, it's telling us that the market is very likely to continue to the upside, and the upside move that we might have is going to be very explosive as soon as untapped liquidity on this untapped highs is going to take in. Okay, so as for now, I'm not seeing anything special on today's candle. All right, let me draw the zone here. Okay, we have that zone, daily zone. Let me see what level we have above us for volume levels extensions. Okay, it's going to be interesting to have a level over here. So the coordinates for this is going to be 74,900 typically, and another one at 80k 600. All right. For the current volume levels, we have 71k 280, 66k 60, 65 500. We have, oh, this is the, okay, we have 59k, and we also have 52k 980, or we can leave it as 53k. All right, so we're good there. uh I'm not seeing any bounce. Well, today's candle is quite interesting. It's a bullish doji here, showing absorption of the week. All right, it's price is holding nicely above 66k. Okay, this remember this weekly B level gap. Okay, but we need to confirm such scenario with the intraday chart, market structure first. All right, because right now basically everything that happens here is bullish for Bitcoin because it's showing the bullish market structure. But basically we have been ranging for about 99 days. All right, that's interesting. 99 days holding this range so far. So the longer the consolidation, the quicker the breakout. All right, the more strong the breakout is going to be. So for now, we're holding this level, okay, but we have the opportunity for a swing trade here. Indeed, how are we going to take that opportunity? Basically, we need to wait for a candle formation that is telling us that we have bullish sentiment here. As soon as we have that, then we can start looking for longs on the chart. So right now, let's dive into the intraday. We don't have any high relative volume candle for now here. Yeah, so we don't have it right now. We have our levels, the levels we need to take care of. This is a nice for Bitcoin to hold. I would like to see something like this, to be honest. I don't like this double bottom formation from today's candle, which was a little bit weird. Basically Bitcoin was following stock indices because I think Nasdaq and S&P 500 made new all-time highs. All right, so actually I would like to see the correlation that we are having today. Okay, let's take a look at the correlation with the S&P. Okay, it's negative on the daily chart. That's interesting. So basically nothing to do with today's pump, but let's take a look with Nasdaq. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we can use this one. Doesn't matter really. Yeah, it's negative as well. So basically, today's pump on Bitcoin has nothing to do with the bullish sentiment US stock indices. That's quite interesting, and possibly that basically explains why we have made new all-time highs for Bitcoin as well, because it's not correlated at the moment, and that basically means that uh, cryptocurrencies are not following legacy markets sentiment for now. Okay, so let's dive into the intraday chart. But first, let's find our support and resistance levels for the intraday chart using our low volume node criteria. For now, we have this low volume node over here, which is confluent with this. Yep, we as you guys can see here, we have a gap, an inverse liquidity gap over here, right? That it's confluent with this level. Okay, so that's why I'm using it. Or if you don't want to take this into consideration, basically what you can do is use the candle closures formation here. Okay, for me is this over here. We have this for value gap over here taking place, liquidity gap, fair value gap, whatever, same. uh, Candle closures over here, perfect with this liquidity. We have another level over here. Then we have a low volume node in here, which is confluent. Okay, we don't have confluence here. uh, it's kind of tricky right now when you have this kind of a scenarios that markets are ranging. How placing B levels is going to be a bit tricky. We have this liquidity gap over here, which is pretty awesome to have there. Yeah, so we have also this level, and we place over here, right? So we have this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. That I'm going to move to the intraday chart. I don't know why we have this over here. Okay, so we're good to go. Let's dive into the intraday chart. Yep, so that's good. That's good. We have this over here at 64K, the support level 64K 600. We have 66K 270. We have 68K. We have 70K 120. We have 71K 620. This is a strong level, and 73K 70. Okay, so let's check out the market structure for the intraday chart. The market structure is that this is the previous lower high, and this is the previous lower low. Okay, so we basically had two failed actions today. We have one here, we have one here. Okay, so basically right now Bitcoin is bouncing in between the structural levels, and to be honest, I don't like this volume level over here. Okay, why I don't like it? Because it's coming from a high volume node, and it's going to make us complicate our life there if we see any reaction, which is very unlikely to have at the moment. In fact, let me go here into the daily chart and check. Oh, we have weekly bias. Okay, we have weekly bias. It's bullish. We have daily bias, bullish, right? And the last but not least is the following, that I'm going to trace this level over here because that's where I think it should belong to right now. With this candle closure, with the daily candle closure, basically we have this. All right, so I'm going to set this intraday level over here, which is basically where price is rejecting right now. Okay, perfect. The only time frame that right now is not bullish is the intraday chart, right? Because we have a lower high here, lower low. In order for this candle formation that is rejecting the current weekly volume level, okay, for Bitcoin to is for the intraday chart to shift market structure. Okay, shift the market structure, then we can start trusting move towards 71k 280. But as for now, we remain unsigned because basically we are not having any market structure shift on the intraday chart. Today we could have uh, taken a long on the intraday chart that I'm going to show you guys after this failed action over here, targeting obviously 66k 820 or possibly the previous lower high formation over here. How do you do that? Is you wait for it's the exact same as we're basically waiting to happen on the intraday on the daily chart on Bitcoin. So you use the 1 hour chart and the 10-minute chart over here, and you basically wait for a market structure shift to happen on the lower time frame. As soon as the higher time frame, which in this case is the 1 hour chart, is giving you signals. This is a signal for me, which is a high volume candle coming into a structural level, not being able to continue to the downside. That's a failed action. That's a failed swing over here. I don't have any kind of candle formation at the moment other than this bullish engulfing, by which I think it was a bit too late to take this trade. When you see a bullish engulfing, what I normally do is, so let me trace this structural levels for Bitcoin over here. So this was the previous low high, and this was the previous lower low. All right, so over here, this was over here. Okay, so as soon as we have two candle closures above this level and we are seeing this high relative move to the downside, that it's taking place in favor of the higher time frame trend, which is the daily chart, because the daily chart is bullish, right? So we don't want to take shorts right now. If the daily chart is bullish, we need to wait for signals from the intraday chart, the 1 hour chart, that is highlighting this bullish sentiment. As soon as you have that, you can go into the lower time frames and wait for a confluence on the bias. You have the market structure shift, which is bullish. You place your order. If you see this bullish engulfing candle, what I normally do is basically use a Fibonacci from the new lower high, from the new higher low, sorry, into the last bullish candle that matters, this one, and this is ULDE. And for bullish engulfing candles, you can activate the zero point 0.25 level, because normally bullish engulfing candles don't retrace much in terms of after, if you have enough momentum, you're not going to see a quick retracement on a bullish engulfing candle. So that's why a deeper retracement into a bullish engulfing candle, sorry. But that's why I use the zero point 0.2 to have an entry here. You could have basically, after market structure shift on the 10 hour, on the 10 minute, sorry, you place your stop loss, and basically you target either 66k 820, right, or the previous lower high level over here, which that you have a 2.2 risk to reward. And if you were to target a volume level, you would have 1.5 risk to reward, which for an intraday chart is extremely good. The upside, get into the market, get out of the market, because right now we're not having any swing trade sign out that it's highlighting that we can have more risk to reward than that. Okay, so you need to take that into consideration. Uh, that's how I would have taken today's trade. So for the week, okay, let's go back to intro week time frames for now. Okay, so for the week, what we can expect basically, for Bitcoin on the daily chart, I want to see a move to take this, to take today's basically double bottom formation. Okay, we take this double bottom formation on the intraday chart. Okay, we bounce from 64,600, which is going to fill this daily um, liquidity gap. Is going to fill this level, shifting market structure on the 1 hour chart. Okay, so basically you want to see something like this: quick move to the downside, shifting market structure, you have a high relative volume move, and then continuation to the upside following the overall higher time frame bias. Okay, if you don't see this happening, if you don't have the high relative volume move here, then just wait, because we have a bias to follow. Okay, I have a bias to follow, we have the daily bias to follow right now. And as long as it remains bullish, then I'm only looking for longs on Bitcoin, even if it's 100 days of this range formation. So you can either have the structure shift, okay, that's one scenario, or you can have also a failed action that it's a failed action that is going below the last structural level. I don't like to trade on the Asian side, so I'm going to look for the last structural level on tomorrow's New York. um, and after that, you can also take a trade on a scalping basis. Okay, so you're basically going to long from here to here. But if tomorrow we have a bullish candle formation, taking this on the daily chart, possibly high relative volume or showing absorption, and the daily and the intraday chart, the 1 hour chart, shifting market structure, is going to get interesting. Okay, because this is a very zone for Bitcoin to bounce from and continue to the upside, take all the rest liquidity above these highs. All right, guys. So that will be all for today. I hope this is being useful. This is my system. This is how I read the market. I'm not making any assumptions. Okay, I'm just following what the market is telling me right now. What the market is telling me right now is that Bitcoin is very likely declining once again after rejecting the lower high level, a structure level on the hourly chart. So today's candle is going to be basically a doji formation, which remains uncertain, remains on a range formation. And what I'm looking forward to is to see in a scenario that we might bounce from this level. Yes, that's what I'm looking forward to. Look for trades and target previous all-time highs. Okay, possibly 71k 200, possibly 74k. Okay, but if I don't have that, then I don't really mind for now. Okay, I don't really mind. I'm not going to take any trade, short at least, because I'm following daily bullish bias. Okay, so that's how I trade. That's how I follow the trend. I am patient, and as I am patient, I'm also looking for opportunities on every single time frame. Because if you don't have swing setups, you can intraday. If you can intraday, you can scalp. Okay, and I normally use three time frames to set the high time frame bias, the middle time frame bias, and the lower time frame bias. Okay, this way, if the three are aligned, I'm trading. If one of them are not aligned, then I'm not trading. All right, guys. So I hope this has been useful. If you have any question, just let me know. Make sure to follow me on Twitter. You below here you have my handle dot Bast Labs on Twitter, and make sure to sign up for the Bear Nest if you guys want to have basically free calls on crypto and legacy markets. Make sure to join the Bear Nest. You join our 7 free day trial, try our services. I'm pretty sure that you are not going to regret it. And if you have any question, just DM me. All right.